This evening's accent on academics is the Bluebird Habitat Project. Bruton High School's project was sponsored by the Virginia Bluebird Society and the 4-H Schoolyard Habitats Outreach. Students in the biology and ecology classes track the development and growth of the bluebirds from nesting to incubation to hatching. To share more about this project is Ms. Arletha Dockery, Bruton High School principal. Ms. Dockery.
Good evening, Dr. Shandor, school board members. Bruton High School is proud to present the Habitat Bluebird project this evening. We're really excited about this project as it gave our students an opportunity to learn more about bluebirds. Tonight, presenting this project, we have our teacher of ecology and biology, Miss Amy Lockwood. We also have our students, junior Miss Honora Morgan, and our senior Isaiah Gist. I'll ask them to come up and present the project to you at this time.
Good evening. Last spring, my biology and environmental science classes had the opportunity to observe real science in action through a bluebird nest cam that we graciously received from the Virginia Bluebird Society. The purpose of this grant was to promote education on bluebird conservation. The grant awarded our students to live watch a bluebird pair as they prepared for their young. I wanted to share this opportunity not only with my students, but the entire school, so we set up a TV in the center hallway for all to view. What a buzz this created. Students and staff throughout the school were talking about the baby bluebirds hatching. Teachers wanted to help and students wanted to know more. It was amazing to see such interest. Students from other classes came to ask questions about the birds. It was not unusual to see students run down the halls to report to me what the bluebirds were doing. Sometimes it was a bird hatching, other times they wanted to tell me that the mother was feeding her chicks. Now I would like to introduce you to two of my students so that they can tell you their thoughts on the lesson that they learned. This is Honora Morgan and Isaiah Gist. Honora?
I've seen baby birds before, but never that close or that young. What I found most interesting about the bluebirds was seeing them hatch and grow bigger and bigger every day. It amazed me how fast they grew. My feelings as I watched the bluebirds going about their daily routines on the TV screen in the hallway were happiness, amazement, and excitement. I reported their progress daily to Miss Lockwood, even on the days that I didn't have her class. Learning about the bluebirds and knowing that our class helped to increase their dwindling populations made me have a better understanding of why we need to preserve not just bluebirds, but all of nature. I would like to tell the people that made this possible, thank you very much. This was the very first time I have seen birds hatch, and I would have never had that opportunity if it were not for this grant.
I've actually seen baby birds before. My dad owns an African gray bird, and we got to see it hatch the day we got it. What I thought was interesting is how fast these birds grow. In just a couple of weeks, they had fully grown their feathers, and in just a couple of weeks, my birds didn't grow their feathers. It took them about 2 months. At first, I was disgusted in the birds because of the way they looked, but after a while, they started to look beautiful when they started growing their feathers. What I did find interesting is how the parents would take turns. One would stay and guard the young while one would go and get food. All summer, I kept on looking out for bluebirds and noticed the difference between birds in captivity and birds in the wild, the way birds act around other birds and people. What I'd like to say to the people who made this possible is thank you for giving me and my classmates a chance to have hands-on learning with this new experience. I can say it's much better than sitting in class taking notes. Thank you.
Fantastic. I have a question. And my question is, I noticed on the pictures on day 6, you held the nest in your hand. So how soon can you hold the nest? Where was the guardian parent at that time? Did they attempt to swoop down and protect their babies? Just what's the earliest you can manipulate a nest and not disrupt it?
Well, the parents will always stay with the babies until they're ready to actually leave. But I didn't see the parents in there with them at the time, so I'm guessing they were probably out getting more stuff for the nest
And
or
they didn't
food.
attack you?
No.
Okay.
They were always around waiting, though.
They're around and watching?
Yep.
Okay.
They were
Okay.
definitely.
No, great program.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great job,
Thank you.
guys.